In a dramatic shift that has triggered growing diplomatic tremors, South Africa's decision to downgrade Taiwan's representative offices is now echoing across the globe, from Pretoria to Taipei, Beijing to Rome. The move, which appears to align with China's One China policy, has provoked an intense response from international observers, and now Italy has entered the conversation. Italy's Senate Vice President has publicly condemned South Africa's actions, labeling the downgrade as a deeply concerning precedent that threatens democratic values and economic stability in regions far beyond southern Africa. This decision arrives at a sensitive geopolitical moment. China has long pressured countries around the world to cut formal or even semi-formal ties with Taiwan, a self-governing island it considers a breakaway province. But for South Africa, the implications are multi-layered. The downgrade risks alienating Taiwan, a major player in the global semiconductor industry. Already, whispers from Taipei suggest that retaliatory measures, including trade restrictions and supply chain adjustments, may be on the table. If implemented, such measures could disrupt the tech ecosystem in which South African firms are increasingly participating. Taiwan's semiconductor dominance cannot be overstated. The country produces a staggering majority of the world's most advanced chips, the kind that power smartphones, cars, medical devices, satellites, and even military equipment. Any disruption in this supply chain could ripple through global markets, and for South Africa, it could mean the loss of valuable partnerships and technology transfers that are crucial for the country's digital and industrial transformation. Adding fuel to the fire is Italy's response. That a top-ranking official from a fellow G20 nation has openly chastised South Africa's decision signals a potentially growing international coalition opposed to the influence of authoritarian pressure on sovereign diplomatic choices. The Italian vice president's remarks emphasize the importance of standing with democratic entities like Taiwan and resisting coercion from more powerful states. This framing of South Africa's actions as a capitulation to China's foreign policy objectives could put President Cyril Ramaphosa's government in an uncomfortable diplomatic spotlight. Within South Africa itself, reactions are mixed. Some view the decision as pragmatic realpolitik, aligning with its strong economic ties to China, Africa's largest trading partner. Others, however, argue that the move compromises South Africa's credibility on the international stage, particularly its long-standing history of supporting self-determination and anti-colonialism. Critics claim the downgrade reveals a growing gap between South Africa's foreign policy rhetoric and its actual diplomatic actions. This tension also coincides with broader debates about the country's position in the world. As South Africa prepares to host the G20 summit later this year, actions like these may complicate relationships with democratic allies and economic partners who prioritize transparency, rule of law, and freedom of association. Already, there are murmurs that other nations may bring this issue up during the summit, potentially turning it into a flashpoint in a conference designed to foster cooperation. But what does this mean for everyday South Africans? In the short term, the consequences may be more symbolic than economic. However, if Taiwan proceeds with trade countermeasures or reduces tech collaboration, it could impact South Africa's ambitions in areas like renewable energy, telecommunications, and industrial innovation, all sectors heavily reliant on semiconductors and technical know-how. South Africa now finds itself at a delicate crossroads, balancing its economic alignment with China against its broader global reputation and future strategic partnerships. Whether this move strengthens its geopolitical hand or leads to longer-term fallout remains to be seen. If you found this breakdown informative and want more hard-hitting political updates, bold international coverage, and real talk about the future of South Africa, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support helps us bring you the truth behind the headlines. Stay informed, stay critical, and stay ahead.